Greetings, lovelies. Welcome back to another Emmy Eats. Today I'll be eating Poland. So this is my third installment of Emmy Eats Poland. If you missed my other two Polish videos, I'll send you down to the description box where you can find links to that down below. This package of Polish treats was very lovingly wrapped and sent to me by Kate. Thanks so much, Kate. And Kate also has a little boy as well, and her son is 3. And he drew me a picture, but I have to go get it. Hang on. This is my belly. Yes. Look. Cute. She said they're supposed to be Skittles. Adorable. Thank you. Alright, so let's get to the eating. So my Polish friends, forgive my Polish. Because look at that. Now this is going to be a difficult word to say. Bieszczadzkie Suchary. Looks like a biscuit. Kind of almost like a cracker. And it looks like it has maybe some caraway seeds in there. Slightly sweet cracker with kind of a harder, brittle texture. Not a lot of fat in there, but a nice kind of caraway flavor. Caraway is a seed, and it tastes a little bit like anise, but not overpoweringly so. It's a bit like rye bread. Not bad. I think it really does need some cheese or something with it, a piece of ham or something. Polish friends, how do you eat this? Draże chińskie, chocolate. They're a little bit imperfect. Some of them are a little bit lumpy. Some of them are more like beans. They smell like junior mints without the mint, if that makes sense. Alright, let's give that a taste. Oh, there's peanuts inside. Good. There's a peanut and a candy coating, and then a coating of chocolate. It's kind of a different take on a peanut M&M. The chocolate layer is much thinner, so it's not as chocolatey. It's sweeter, more of a coating type of chocolate rather than like a layer of milk chocolate. Nice. Sorry, it's a little bit windy. That's my blinds blowing the wind. This is called Paluszki, and they look like pretzel sticks with sesame on them. Generously coated in sesame. I don't see any salt, so I'm curious to see how salty they are. Alright, itadakimasu. Not salty at all. Again, similar to the first biscuit I had, slightly sweet, nice toasted sesame flavor. Great. Think of pokey without the pokey. It doesn't taste like a pretzel either. It's more like a biscuit. It's very similar actually to this in terms of the level of sweetness and the kind of crispness to it. But this one tastes more sesame. Nice. I have to confess though, because of this shape, I really want it to be dipped in chocolate. Because it's so reminiscent in crispness and shape to a pokey. Pawetek by Wafer. So let's see. It smells kind of rummed. That's what it looks like up close. Well, let's break it and see. Oh yes. When I break it, you can see that there's some caramel inside. Kind of oozy goozy. Alright, let's give that a taste. Here we go. Very sweet. Kind of candy bar. With oozy caramelly toffee inside. Just slightly rummed. I'm not sure if it is or not. And it's oozy, but not really sticky or stringy in terms of the texture of the toffee. Quite sweet, but nice. I think a little of that goes a long way. It's hot today. It's humid here in New England. It's not really hot, it's just really humid, so everything feels perpetually damp. Which isn't so great for my coif, but, you know, we do our best. Herbatniki petit, and this cookie seems quite ubiquitous. Familiar vanilla smell, and beautiful little scalloped edges. I love that. Very simple, simple cookie. Good. Like all petit biscuits, just a little bit sweet. Seems like it has a little bit of a crisper texture. Less butter. I don't think there's any butter in there at all that I can detect. Nice vanilla flavor, and really needs some tea to kind of soften it a little bit, but still quite nice. It reminds me of animal crackers or teething biscuits for kids. Princessa Kokosawa. And it's looks like a coconut flavored chocolate bar or something, made by Nestle. Look, it has a princess on it. Looks like a wafer bar, and it smells like coconut. Maybe a touch of lemon, just a tiny bit of lemon, but it is a wafer bar, so it tastes like a ice cream cone wafer, and then you've got this melty white chocolate and subtle, actually, coconut flavor. I would say proportionately about 50% wafer to about 50% coconut flavor, so quite sweet. Garareka shkushka. Sorry, made by Makarena. And it looks like jellied sugared candies. It looks a little bit like an Israeli candy that I had called marmelada, and it looks a lot like a gumdrop, covered with granulated sugar and jellied. It tastes a lot like this Floridian candy that I had recently from the state of Florida. I'll put the link down below, of course. The one I had in Florida had a stronger citrus flavor. This one still tastes like orange, but not as strong. Slightly different. Still citrus, but more lemony. Nice. Very, very, very sweet. Almost pure sugar. So that's enough for me. This one's called halva. And I wonder if it's related at all to the halva that I tried in Israel, which is made out of sesame paste. Let's see. Oh, I think it is. I also tried it in Cyprus as well. Ooh, smells very nutty. It's got a very crumbly, slightly oily texture. And then as you chew on it, it kind of sticks together just a little bit to coat the tops of your teeth. And a very strong, nutty sesame flavor. It's nice. Elitesse? And it looks like it might be like a wafer kind of bar as well. It reminds me of a candy that I had in Kuwait with a similar shape. This is much different than the Princessa wafer bar. This is much drier, much higher proportion of wafer to chocolate. You taste much more of the wafer texture and flavor. Just a tiny little bit of chocolate in there. And the chocolate flavor is not very strong. It's not bad. It reminds me of a chocolate-dipped ice cream cone without the ice cream. So that's it. That wraps up Emmy Eats Poland Part 3. Thanks again, Kate, so much for sending me this package of more Polish treats. It was delightful. And for taking such care in packaging and wrapping and putting this package together for me. I really appreciate it. And do thank your son for me for that beautiful little drawing. It was very sweet. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned something. And I'll see you in my next video. Toodaloo, take care. Bye. So there are 3 flavors. There's ichigo, which is strawberry. There's soda, which is soda, ramen flavor. And mikan. Mikan is orange. So you mix those 3 together, and you're supposed to get a new mystery flavor.
Look, 8 months pregnant, I'm fat.